This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. Where are we? We're at the Children's Network of Southwest Florida, downtown Fort Myers on 1st Street. Right over my shoulder here, you're looking at the beautiful Caloosahatchee River. This is a great setting. We're so glad to be here for the next 4 weeks. We have a fabulous show lined up for you. Certainly we'll talk about what's going on with the Children's Network of Southwest Florida with some fabulous representatives who are here. We'll also talk to Kim Adams and Tina Nash of the Legal Aid Service of Collier County. We'll get a chance also to talk to Dana Carr. He's the guy over the air show there, the president of Florida International Air Show. All this happening on Lee Pitts Live. Keep it locked. We'll be right back. One of the most important organizations in all of Southwest Florida is the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. They're the safety net for over 3,000 children that they service per day. That's adoption, that's foster care, all the gamut of things that are happening with our children who fall through the cracks. So we're so thrilled to have representatives here with the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. Let's get to meet them. We have an adoptive family here, Randall and Valerie Pierson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to get you here. You know, you guys are my heroes.
Thank you.
You know, because you're doing the great things. You're adopting children and things of that nature. You're the most important people in society. Remember that, okay?
All right.
And also we get a chance to talk to Michelle Farquharson, the Quality Management Director for the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. Good to see you, Michelle.
Likewise, good to be here.
You do an outstanding job. You've been doing it for quite some time, and we appreciate all the great work you do out there, too, in the process of getting these children adopted. How about that?
Thank you much.
Good to get you here. So I want to start off with you, because I think when I read your story, you've adopted like 4 children.
3.
3 children.
And they're all siblings from the same family?
2 are siblings from the same family, and
Right.
we're actually fostering another one from the same family, and then we have adopted another.
Okay, go ahead and elaborate on that. You started off.
We started off with 1,
Okay.
which introduced our family. Well, basically, we went from 0 children of our own to a 2.5-year-old that came into our home as a foster child. So we went from, right into the terrible 2s, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we decided to continue to open our hearts in our home. And we fostered another who came to us at 18 months old. We went through the process and adopted both of those through the ups and downs and the peaks and valleys of foster care, and eventually adopted them. And then we had found out that our youngest had a brother. So we ended up getting him into our home for foster. And that's,
So he's foster, not adopted yet.
He's adopted now. He's already adopted.
Okay.
Yep, we adopted him in July. We finalized in July.
So Randall, the whole process of what you guys have done, how has that changed your life?
Well, it's changed our lives a lot because, we moved down here with no kids.
Mm-hmm.
We relocated down here about 7 years ago, from no kids to now having 3 kids that are adopted and 2 in our home that are foster. So we went from having no kids to having 5. So that's also entailed of career changes, vehicle changes, home changes to accommodate and, what we do to open our homes and our hearts to the children that are in need.
How does it make you feel, though, to know that you're doing such a great thing?
It makes you feel wonderful. It makes you feel more complete. If you always seem like you're missing something, that's
right.
Something that can fulfill your heart.
Mm-hmm. And you, Valerie, how is that as the mothering process?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't. It's an awesome thing, really, truly, to know you can help these kids that, may not have had a good foundation, and to be able to give them that and give them a family and a home, and it's amazing.
Michelle, when you listen to these types of stories here, and I know you hear them all the time from the people that you deal with, how does that resonate within you as well?
This is representative of the types of families that we need in our community that are able to step up and become foster parents for children who need a temporary home. And should the children become available for adoption, then we would like for the families to continue to make the children a part of their permanent families as well. Mm-hmm. Every child deserves a loving, safe, nurturing environment in which they'll grow up and become productive citizens.
What is the Children's Network of Southwest Florida?
We're the child welfare agency that's responsible for foster care, adoption, and in-home services for the 5-county area that we serve in Southwest Florida, that being Charlotte, Collier, Hendry, Glades counties, and Lee counties. And we provide supervision and ensure safety, well-being, and permanency for, on average, 24 to 2,500 children on a daily basis.
What is I think you said in-house services?
In-home.
What is that?
And so for children who are able to be maintained safely with their biological families, we provide services and supervision to the families as well.
Okay, so that's a component that's my first time hearing that component.
Yes.
That's been in place for
Forever since its inception of
See, I
Children's
thought I knew
Network.
everything.
Yeah.
God, I'm learning every day.
And for children who go from foster care, if they were removed from their biological family, placed in foster care, and then are reunified with their biological family, those are in-home services.
Okay, and I noticed that the demand for what the Children's Network of Southwest Florida is doing is constantly growing. What does that say about what's going on in society, that all these children are needing this type of assistance?
It tells us that we have a society that has its own, if you will, its own concerns. That families are afflicted with either substance abuse concerns, mental health concerns, definitely with a growing opioid condition that's impacted much of our region within this area. We're seeing more children coming into care as well, children coming in with complex needs. And so we need families that are dedicated, that are willing to work with the children and the birth families to hopefully reunify them if that's safe and appropriate to do so. And for those children who become either orphaned or the parents are incapable of regaining their parental rights and those rights become terminated, we need adoptive families for the children.
Is it a good thing to be a foster parent first and then adopt, or just go straight to adoption? What's the...
It varies by person.
Okay.
And it varies by the family's needs. Some families, and we ask our families to know themselves well. For some people, loving and letting go doesn't come easily. So for that family, going straight adoption would be completely appropriate for them. Whereas as the Piersons, Randall just spoke to, it's a lot of adjustments when you become a foster parent. And so for some families, it's okay, and they're willing to do that. So they go through a training program in which we help them to make that determination. What's the best fit for the individual family? Okay,
we're going to come back to you and get some more specifics on how to become a adoptive child or to become a foster parent. Let's go to you, Randall, over here. Okay, you got 3 children now, right? And then you got 2 in foster, so you got a grand total of 5 in the house.
Correct.
You had 0 in the house at one time.
Correct.
Dad, now, what are some things that you're doing now in terms of the whole process, you know, your job, your children, all of that that's really made a big change in your life?
Well, the biggest thing is just, you know, changing jobs so I can be at the home more, you know, passing on knowledge to the kids, helping them grow, helping them learn, you know, and biggest thing is watching them develop and grow and strive, you know, like Valerie was saying, they, you know, some come from different backgrounds and environments to where now they have a different one so they can just strive and become themselves.
Tell me about this conversation, staying with you for a minute. You had the foster children. When did it start saying, hey, we need to adopt? Tell me about that conversation. Was it Valerie saying, hey, you know, motherly love, she's falling in love, she want to keep the kid? How did that work, or was it simultaneous?
We're pretty much kind of mutual. I mean, we both kind of went into it knowing that, you know, if it came to that point, we would open our homes to whatever basically was given to us. I mean, if it was deemed that they would be reunified, they would be reunified. If we had the option to adopt, we would obviously open our homes more and adopt them and become one of our family.
Go ahead and add to that.
I mean, well, how do you not fall in love? That's,
right.
You know, that's number one. You have to. In order to love these children like they need to be loved, you have to open your heart and love them, no matter what. And you also have to know that if it's right for them to go back, then that's what's right. Ultimately, you know, once you're in love and you have that opportunity and you know that they can't be safe and, you know, with their biological family or whoever, you know, then that's when, you know, it was an easy decision.
What would you say to families who are thinking about adoption?
I would say it's, I mean, it's amazing. It's a blessing. I would say do it. If you're thinking about it, do it. You know, if you're thinking that it's going to hurt, you know, love hurts, you know, but you've got to love and open your heart. And I say, do it. These kids need you. If you're thinking about it, go through the classes, get to know what you need to do and do it.
Michelle, what is the process of becoming an adoptive parent or a foster parent, and do you have to be rich to adopt?
Well, the information that's on the screen that you provide is the first point of contact.
Call
so contact the
call
agency.
the number. Go ahead and call the number out anyway.
It's 1-855-93-KIDS, which is 5437. So that's the initial call, and we'll provide all the information that's necessary, get the families in for the classes, and provide all the background information that they need to know in order to prepare them for that. And no, you don't have to be rich. In fact, we're looking for ordinary people. People typically think foster parents are extraordinary people. We call them heroes, and they are, in the sense of the dedication that they provide to our children. But we're looking for everyday people who are doing extraordinary things.
Okay, that's the point I want to get out. Now, can a single individual not married adopt or you need to be married?
No, you can be a single person, you can be married, you can be retired, you can be employed. It runs the entire gamut as well.
You just have to be an adult, like
Right, it has to
18?
be an adult, over 21.
Over 21, okay. All right, that's something else. Are we always in demand? We got a large demand for foster parents and adopting parents. What do we got?
Absolutely, we're constantly recruiting adoptive foster parents. In fact, we have classes that are running at some point in time throughout the month in all of the counties that we serve. For adoption, we have 55 children in our local community who have not been matched with an identified family as yet. So there are 55 children out there looking for someone to be a permanent mom and dad.
Okay, and we're looking
dad.
at some images that have been flashing on the screen.
Yes.
These children are available for adoption. I saw you with an infant early on, like an infant. How was that? A little girl, or a little boy?
Little girl.
That's a
one month.
foster child.
She is a foster child. Yes, at this moment, she's a foster child.
That's not uncommon to get infants. I guess that's not uncommon, right?
Right now, I don't think it's uncommon. Unfortunately, I think it's fairly common, but it runs the gamut. You know, it's all ages.
Okay.
I know there's a big need for teens. A lot of people are scared of that kind of thing. Don't be. Just, open your hearts and homes. That's what I gotta say. Seriously, don't be afraid.
Let's get the ages of the children that you have adopted.
We have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 18-month-old that are all adopted.
Okay. And
I have a 4-month-old and a 1-month-old that we're fostering right now.
wow, boy, you are superheroes. Man, that is just amazing. We just need more people like you in the community. Final comments, Randall. What would you say to people out there who are considering adopting or becoming foster parents?
Don't be afraid. Take the plunge and get the information, and just, open your hearts and open your home.
Okay. It's been a pleasure having you all on the show.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to getting you back in the future, okay?
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
Keep
you
up
so
the good
much.
work. You are heroes.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be right back.